Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I wanted to do a updated video on the current real estate market. In the past few days, I have been getting a lot of DMs and asking me what is the market right now, what can I see for the next 3 to 6 months. So for the first part of the video, I'm going to be talking about what is the real estate market going to do, what real estate agents are going to adapt with the current situation. And on the second part of the video, I'm going to give you guys like analysis and something that I believe what's going to happen to the housing price. With what's going on right now, real estate agents are going to have to adapt a lot of the new environment and also the new technology. For a lot of old school real estate agent, you do things the old way. Now it is really the time for you to learn how to set up your Zoom conference, how to get a listing signed through DocuSign, through Zoom. It is the time for you to maybe not hug your clients, not handshake with your clients, because we have to practice the social distancing. And then for us millennials, new real estate agents, I think it's our advantage to really work on your social media marketing skills, to set up all your social media account and set up the Zoom conference, and also promote virtual listing tours or do your marketings all online, so that way you can face-to-face and talk to your clients through the video meeting instead of actually going to meet in person. So those are the things that we have to adapt. And secondly is, I think the real estate market is going to be more competitive. It's going to be more concentrated this time because a lot of mediocre real estate agents are going to drop out of the business. It's definitely more challenging with what's going on. The whole world is being paused, so no one's really making any money. No one's really going to get any closings. Very few of you guys are going to get closing, but the majority of the people are, the closing has been postponed. In some way, everyone has been affected by this pandemic. So definitely right now, I think it's the time for you to be more educated, be more creative with what you can do to promote your business. And thirdly is, I think for a short time period, it's going to be very hard to make money. As an example, I have set myself a certain goal quarterly and half yearly of how much I'm supposed to make, how many deals I'm supposed to target every 3, 6 to a year goal. Right now with what's going on, I still have that goal set up, but I'm not putting any pressure on myself because what's going on outside of me is uncontrollable. I can't control what's going on with the world. I can't force my seller to sell their house if they don't want anyone that has germs or virus to go into their house. Then I'm not going to be pushy. So I think we should be understandable and just write it out and be smart with what's going on. And lastly, last but not least is, you guys know that I am very cautious of getting luxury listings. And I think in this niche, there are agents who wants to focus on doing luxury listing. And I think with what's going on right now, if you have a lot of active listings where they are luxury listing, way beyond how much the average price is in your area, you're gonna feel a lot of pressure of having difficult time to sell your luxury listing, because luxury don't go up in value. Luxury tend to come down, especially in a real estate crisis or real estate depression. Their value lose a lot faster than if it's just a residential home or a investment home. Definitely, if you are only focused on doing listing with luxury listing, maybe it is the time for you to focus more or create a pipeline with more homes that actually the price are close to the average home price in your area. So the second part is we're going to talk about the real estate price. In short, if this pandemic is going to last for another month or so, I think that we should be recovered a lot faster versus if this pandemic is going to last for a year or 2 years. If it's the case that it's going to be last for like a month or two, I don't see home value to drop dramatically to, you know, 20 to 15%. I don't think that's gonna happen. But if, let's say, after 3 to 6 months, people are still not able to go back to work, unemployment is at an all-time high, banks are really tightening up, they are being very strict with the loan approval procedures, not a lot of buyers can get a pre-approved. I think if that was the case, the real estate market is definitely going to shift from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Right now, what you're seeing with, if a listing goes up the market with a very competitive price, you're gonna get multiple offers and people bid against each other with like cash offers. But if it's a buyer's market, you no longer are going to see that will be the case. That's, you know, no one's gonna bid against each other. It's basically, we're gonna have an overflow of inventory that's sitting on the market, not selling. And a buyer are gonna get picky and pickier, because those are the buyers that actually, we have less buyer pool of first-time home buyer. People are going to be more harder to get approved for the loan, or people, let's say, they no longer have to sell their current home because the husband loses his job. They are being forced to stay in their tiny home. They're no longer moving. If they're not moving, they're not purchasing a new house. If they're not moving, they're not selling their current home. So that's the case. It's going to kind of interfere with the real estate market and the real estate activities. Definitely the supply and demand is going to change if that was the case. That's the summary of what's going to happen. But let's talk about the 4 things that I took note on my phone. I think with what's going on right now, even if we go back to work in a month, let's say everybody returns back to work at mid-May, I still can see a dramatically difference between, you know, people are gonna act weird towards one another. You can see like movie theater probably not gonna have a lot of people watching movies, and no one's gonna really dine in the restaurants. People are gonna do takeout. A lot of real estate offices might close because agents are getting used to work from home. Same thing as lenders. So the number 1 thing is going to get a big hit, in my opinion, I think, is commercial real estate. So with commercial real estate, with a lot of things that going online with Amazon, you already can see big major retail stores are being shut down because people can just do Zoom meetings at home. So if that's the case, a lot of commercial places, they are no longer going to get their retail spaces to be, you know, selling in the active real estate market. So that's gonna be the number 1 thing. I think it's gonna to take a hit. And secondly, I think luxury listings are also going to take a big hit. So if we look back into 2008, we will see that the residential homes pricing a drop between 7 to 10%, whereas the luxury home price in 2008 during depression are dropping from anywhere between 15 to 20%. So like I said, again, if you are real estate agents that only deal with luxury listings, now is the time to change your strategy. And thirdly, what I can see is if you are a real estate investor where you primarily focused on doing real estate flipping and you're not putting at least 20% down, you're taking, you know, high interest rate loan from private lender, real estate investing with flips is going to be a lot more challenging due to the less buyers who are going to buy the product after you flipped it, because homes are sitting on the market for way longer than it's supposed to be, or it was how much it was sitting on the market for. Last but not least, I think this pandemic is going to cause for panic selling. What I mean for panic selling is, in real estate, you're gonna see a lot of sellers who are over leveraging. They are very optimistic of what's going on with the economy. So let's say the husband and the wife both works and one of the persons getting laid off, but their house, they don't really have a 20% down. Let's say they only put 3% down on their house. However, they also get a loan, purchase 2 real estate investment. And now with one person being laid off, they can no longer cover the payment on the 2 investment home plus their home mortgage. So if that's the case, they are being forced to sell their investments or their homes, you know, whichever way that can make them survive. So they need to sell their asset in in order to kind of, you know, be able to afford the expenses that they have at home. So those people are going to be caused and forced to have sell their home during this time period. So that's what I call panic selling. So if that really happens, we're going to see a lot of overflown inventories in the real estate market, and it's going to dramatically increase the sellers that we have versus how many buyers we have. So the buyer is going to go dramatically down because it's harder to get a loan, versus the seller is going to go way up because now they have to sell their house due to the economy and lose their job, and unemployment rate goes up. So, you know, all these things, it might happen, it might not happen. So I just thought that it would be fun to kind of everything that I can think of in this video. If you have any other opinions that you wanted to talk about with the real estate market and tips that you can help with real estate agents, please comment down below. If you like my video, be sure to subscribe and like this video. This is Luna over here. I will see you guys in the next one.